Sorry, excuse you.
Welcome back to FU. This is Zachary.
And I'm Thomas.
With this podcast, we're ripping off filters, diving deep into queer discussions, and traversing controversial Reddit posts.
We're here to make you laugh, think, and maybe question your life choices.
Because not only are we flaming,
We're unfiltered. Should I tell him the poop story?
No. No. No more poop talk. The pod.
I think I have to now.
Oh my god.
Just to start it off and break the ice. So I was going to the bathroom just now. For some reason, I brought my water bottle in with me. So I was like, I am thirsty.
Security blanket.
I am thirsty as well as I have to go to the bathroom. Two things can be true at once. And so I brought in my water bottle. And I don't think... Okay, so I set it down on the ledge that's in our bathroom. Well, it's like our bathtub.
Oh, yeah.
I set it down there, but I set it on the edge, but it wasn't fully falling off yet. And so I was wiping, and it falls, and I thought I caught my straw with the poopy toilet paper.
Oh, my God.
But I don't think so, because I wiped it with clean toilet paper and there's no poop on it. So
and now he's drinking out of it.
Day in the life.
Oh my god.
Will I keep that in or not?
Yeah, right. Can't do an episode without some type of poop talk.
No. Only when it happens. Everybody poops, okay? That's the thing.
Poops. Yep.
So for us to just like pretend that it's not like that when it is. It's just reality.
Yeah.
Makes us relatable.
There we go. That's it.
Except unless maybe if you're like super famous. Actually, I said this before. In the wizarding world, before plumbing was made, they just magicked away the poo.
So like they would just like shit on the floor.
They would shit on the floor. They'd go into another room, shit on the floor, and magic it away.
And they're just like magic wipe, like.
I'm sure there were designated rooms.
Just this broom closet that just reeks like poop.
Well, no, because if you magic it away, the spell is Scourgify.
Oh, you know it.
Well, because it has to be Scourgify because Scourgify gets rid of, like, if you get dirt on your shirt, you Scourgify it.
Oh, okay.
And it gets rid of the dirt.
Interesting.
So it has to be Scourgify. Just in my brain, it's not like in Harry Potter you're reading and Hermione's like, yeah, I just took a big deuce, or you like walk past and somebody's like Scourgify, and you're like, what the hell was that?
They're just like a baby.
Why does it smell like shit in here?
Right.
Scourgify.
Oh, no, it's fine.
Like instead of incense or something, they're like I don't know.
Oh my god, ridiculous.
But so now you know. That's what happened in the wizarding world.
Thomas Scourgified his straw.
I wish I could.
So ridiculous.
Yeah. But we're in the dining room today.
Yeah, switching things up.
Figured show you all the rooms. I mean, all the rooms that we can sit in, I think. Soon you'll know our whole house, and then you can officially stalk us.
We could do one in the bathroom now that I created that bench on the tub.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Then we really have to talk about shit.
That's the whole podcast.
Yeah.
This poop talk.
Should we talk about youthforia and their black shade?
Oh my god.
That's not even, I don't even think it's funny. I think it is vile.
Well, what I'm thinking
like, it's hilarious that they thought that we wouldn't say anything, but
what I'm taking it as is a marketing ploy, because now everybody's talking about their brand, everybody's talking about it,
but nobody's buying, like.
But that's what. But remember when, like,
I don't think it, like, you say marketing ploy, but literally nobody's gonna buy that.
Well, like, no press is bad press. Like, everybody's talking about it. I'm sure people are like, well, now I gotta go look at their website, and they probably get money for clicks, and people are probably going out to go see it, and like they're like, well, I'm already here, I might as well buy their foundation, or try what is close to mine to see if it's a match or something.
I don't think that works long term. So yes, they're getting sales for those people that are like trying to prove them wrong. Okay, let's back up and explain the situation.
Yeah, true.
So Youthforia came out with a shade. I don't remember what the shade is called, but it's literally just black pigment. Like, this has been scientifically proven.
Yeah, like
that it is literally just black. And if you don't know, to make a shade of foundation, like depending on your undertone, it's just like the color wheel. Like red, yellow, and blue. Yeah,
it has to have certain stuff in it to like mesh with your skin to like make it look flesh colored versus just like this is literally black.
Nobody's skin is just white.
Yeah.
It's a combination of the reds
and
warm tones, the yellow tones, and then the cool tones. It's a mixture of all of them. Nobody is just white. Nobody is just black. So Youthforia in the past had gotten flack for only creating like 6 shades or whatever.
Yeah, everyone was bitching.
White or less than white, you know what I mean? And so, and a lot of companies kind of, like ever since Rihanna came out with like what, 42 shades or something.
Like a crazy amount of shades.
Like she came out with an asinine, not an asinine amount, never mind. That's not what I'm saying.
Like an appropriate amount of shades, because it's like you could be chocolate brown and then just a hair darker and a hair darker, and she created all of those. Whereas like, what is it, Youthforia?
Yeah, Youthforia.
They had like 4 shades, and the darkest one was like mocha. It's like nothing.
Does Fenty have 40 shades?
Yeah.
And has since expanded to 50.
Yeah.
That's how many that Fenty has. So ever since Fenty came out and proved that this is possible.
Yeah.
Kind of every like beauty brand has been under flack for creating like 4 shades, 10 shades. So Youthforia was under flack for that. And so they're kind of like, in my mind, this is how it plays out. And it kind of does, because they got flack for not carrying too many shades. So then what they did was came out with black face paint.
Yeah, like legit black.
And
like
call it a shade of foundation. And you have like, and they said they couldn't find a model to fit the shade.
Yeah.
So on the website, it's models' faces, and then the last one is just a swatch of black.
A swatch of black paint.
It's like, well, yeah, you didn't find any models because nobody has just a black face. And then there's people on the internet that are like, I can never find any foundation for me because I have the deepest, darkest skin tone ever. And so then they tried it, and then there's these creators that have tried this, and it's like black face paint on their really dark skin,
right?
But they're not black.
Wasn't there a conversation too about, well, maybe we can use it to mix in with a lighter shade and like create a dark skin pigment, but with something lighter,
as one can do with any foundation, but not like it still has to have those warm and neutral and yellow and cool tones, because otherwise it just turns it gray. That's
what I was just gonna say. And somebody mixed it with something that was closer to their shade. They're like, I could use this as contouring maybe. And they mixed it with theirs and it just turned gray. So they're like, it doesn't have
no tones.
Doesn't have oxides in it or something like that. Wasn't that one of the words? I don't remember. They're like, it just turns anything gray. So it's not even
it doesn't
helpful
have any
that way either.
So it doesn't even.
But it kind of makes.
But like, even if you sell a shade that can be used to like mix and create your shade, like that should only be used like if you can't find. Like you shouldn't. It should still be applicable to one person.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like somebody out there should still be able to use this as just like a foundation.
Or any, like a,
like you can't just sell something that then there has to be mixed. Nobody's going to buy that. You know what I mean?
I feel like a lot of people said too, they're like, you can use this for eyeliner, or like if you're wanting to do like cool, funky, like face painting, you know, like flowers or stars or something. They're like, that's what
eyeliner.
Eyeliner. That's what this should be used for. And then it makes me think of that one time Michaela, what's her name, was promoting the eyelash, what's it called? Mascara.
Yeah.
And
a telescope.
Everyone's like, we can see your fake eyelashes. They're like, we can see that there's like your eyeliner is here, and then there's the base of the fake eyelashes. They're like, this isn't
genuine.
This isn't genuine. This is really bad. But it was like so much negative press that the the mascara was selling out. They're like, you couldn't buy it anywhere. So that's kind of what made this also made me think of. It's like,
but see that it wasn't eyeliner, it was mascara.
Mascara, yeah.
That mascara is already in its right good.
I suppose, yeah.
Whereas this foundation company had something to prove and was like, here's dog shit.
Well, that's what a lot of people are saying too. They're like, it's clearly a fuck you because people are complaining and complaining. So
that's what I'm saying. In my mind's eye, in my mind, this is canon. And they were like, oh yeah, you want more shades? Well, here's fucking black then.
Yeah. And it didn't go like Rihanna's is like I said, it's like a shade, a little bit darker, a little bit darker, a little bit darker. Like they didn't go that route. They went from like no joke, like a mocha coffee brown to black, like nighttime black. So it was like, yeah, I think it's a fuck you.
So the reason why I wanted to bring it up and talk about it was because it is, still a sign of the times.
Yeah.
That even like this is so like makeup is so like, yes, makeup is, not a necessity.
Mm.
It's still a culturally significant like item. Like so many people, so many cultures, so many places, like so many people wear makeup from the dawn of time.
Mm.
Like, yes, it isn't the thing that we all need, but it's something that's been around forever and ever and ever. And so for there's still to be like microaggressions.
Yeah.
And I wouldn't even call this a microaggression. I'd call this a macroaggression.
Yeah. Well,
blatant racism.
It's just like Band-Aids, like dark skin Band-Aids are like a year old.
Yeah.
It's like Band-Aid, the Band-Aid brand has been around for 100 years. Like I would think, like the 60s, like the civil rights movement, it's like, let's try to maybe figure out some, because it's like, how shitty would that be if I'm a black person and I have a Caucasian white Band-Aid from a cut on my face or something? It's like, I have to walk around with this like beacon on my face or like my arm or something like that.
It's just systemic, and so
it's so annoying.
So it's like ingrained in everybody's, and there's so many white CEOs still.
Yeah, they own everything.
So like that's the issue, is that it's from the top of the top, it's still all these white people. So
that's like I for some reason my TikTok algorithm is hair products for curly hair, and I buy
for some reason I
buy black hair products because they work better with my hair. They work better like moisturizing it and making the curls more enhanced. And I used to be obsessed with Shea Moisture because it was a really old black owned company, and of course a white person bought it, and now it's just garbage. Like, and that's what this TikTok was. They're like, this used to be good. I used to be able to feel how good my hair was after using this. And then he's like, the second a white guy bought it, it's weird. Like it smells different, it feels different, it looks different, and it's to cut corners and save money versus do what you're supposed to be doing and like, moisturizing hair or enhancing curls or fixing breakage or whatever, like that. And I quit buying it because it's a white owned business. But
it does. Yeah,
it sucks.
Content warning. The next section of this podcast contains description of death and abuse. Viewer discretion is advised.
Kind of going by that, kind of segueing off that, have you been seeing the bear versus man?
Oh yeah,
trend?
like what you do. I literally just saw a TikTok that was actually really
I think
sad.
It's so interesting. And
like if you would take a bear versus,
if you were lost in the woods, would you go towards the bear, go towards the man? And everyone's like, bear, 100%. They're like, people are like, for obvious reasons, they're like, if I'm with the man, he's gonna kill me to do whatever, but like the bear is gonna kill me.
The bear will kill me and eat me
for a purpose. The man will just kill me for funsies or like
rape me.
That's what a lot of people are saying. They're like, the bear is less dangerous because I could go like rawr and maybe scare it away, versus the man would like rape and murder me. And then apparently it's in the Bible. Like there's a Bible verse about bear versus man.
Proverb 1712 says, better to meet a bear robbed of her cubs than fool bent on folly.
Oh yeah.
Than a fool bent on folly. Better to meet a bear robbed of her cubs than a fool bent on folly.
Yeah.
What's fool?
Basically, like, if the man has an agenda,
Yeah.
you know, like, men will have an agenda versus, like, the mama bear is going to kill you because you're getting close to her bears or her babies. Literally, everybody's like, bear, 100%. And I think it's just so interesting. And it's like...
Well, I think with the bear, too, if you approach docile, you know, or, like, pretend to be dead.
Yeah.
Like, the bear could potentially be docile and like walk past you, or you know, if you're not fucking with it, it's not gonna fuck with you. I mean, depending on the bear, I think.
Yeah.
Too, but
make yourself look big and growl and make yourself scared. They're probably gonna be more scared of you and run away.
Yeah.
And then you have a better chance of surviving. But it's like if the man,
you know, like, has a gun and then you're done.
Well, that or just like anything, like you guys are trapped in the woods and it's your food versus his food. He's gonna kill you for the food, you know, or like. If he's thinking he can get away with raping you, he's probably going to do it, you know, like
the one that I saw earlier today was really sad. It was about how she described in full detail, like what had happened to her, you know, and
yeah,
she's like, I would 100% pick a man or pick a bear over a man because a man dragged me into what's the thing that's underneath houses?
Like a crawl space?
Yeah. She was yoinked. Like, I think she was walking past a house.
Oh, yeah.
And so she was yoinked under a crawl space and thrown into a recliner. And the dude had, like, friends, and they were all, like, laughing and watching this happen.
Yeah, exactly.
It's like, a bear wouldn't do that.
A bear would never even think to do that.
Like, what? That is so sinister. And I'm like, damn, that is so true.
Right. So awful.
And the caption was, this is why we would choose a bear.
Yeah. And, yeah. More than likely a white.
Oh, and she reported it to the police, and it was a male officer that...
Yep, and that's another thing, too. It's like...
And the man who attacked her described everything to the officer, what he did. And he said to her, you can still press charges, but you have to find your own way to the police department. And then left the scene with them two standing there.
Yeah. That's exactly.
It's like, what? No, bring her to the police station, please, and arrest him. Like, what?
Yeah, common sense. A regular human being would arrest the rapist, take the girl to the hospital because she has to have like a rape kit.
I just don't think if somebody is admitting to a literal crime, they should be arrested. Like, somebody else shouldn't have to press charges.
I feel like that is part of like the law. Is like, you know, like if I'm abusing a child. Like, that's the point of a officer is to take the child out of the negative, like the abusive space.
Like, shouldn't it be the state that's pressing charges?
That's what I was, yeah, there we go. That's what I'm trying to get at.
Like, if the crime is being committed, like, and being like an officer, like you admit to an officer that you committed this crime, like, it should just be up to the state at that point. Like,
yeah, the officer should be taking that person into custody.
But then it's officer's discretion.
So exactly. Well, and then it's also like, does the officer want to do this? Does he want to like go on break? Does he want to screw around with paperwork? But it's also like, that's the whole point of your job.
Yeah.
Or like
what else are you doing?
Or like it should be tagged as job avoidance and you're fired. Like you clearly don't care about other people. You are terminated as a police officer. Like zero rights, zero pension, like no retirement, you're out. Like that's what my tax money is going for, is shitty cops.
Anyways, lighter subjects.
Yeah, lighter subjects. I have a correction corner. Paris and Sia's, it's not a whole album, it's one song.
Yeah.
But
we were editing that last episode and the song is Fame Won't Love You. Mm-hmm. And it's just one song, and it's with Sia and Paris, and it's actually really good.
But I swear I was like scrolling, or like I Googled it, and it said like Paris and Sia. There was like 6 songs or something that they were together on, but then we Googled it again, and that is not the case. But Sia is producing her new album. Paris is coming out with a whole new album.
Oh, Sia's producing it.
Yeah.
Oh, so maybe that's what it was.
And guess who else?
What?
Benny Blanco.
Who's that?
Selena Gomez's boyfriend.
Oh, and he's making music?
He's helping her. Like, cool. Fucking, I can't escape him. But
you shouldn't dislike somebody just because they're ugly.
Why not?
That's what? Are you being serious?
No, I'm just being a jerk. But no, he's really talented. I'm just being a jerk, like with Vanessa Hudgens. I'm like,
well, and I think it was just the last clip that we played too was kind of like arrogant and
yeah,
like he's like, that was like hot, and it's like, no,
you do look like the guy from Ice Age. No, I'm just being a jerk. He is very talented and he's growing on me, but I just thought it was funny. But
yeah,
his house,
funny.
Oh, his house. I want to live in his house. It's so great. But Paris Hilton also said that this album is going to be for the gays, and I think that's fun.
I mean, well, why wouldn't it be?
Right? Why wouldn't it be? I love Paris Hilton. I think she's so smart.
Exactly.
She's also going to be working with Miley and Meghan Trainor. So I'm like, I feel like this one is going to be, because her song from like whatever 2008 or something, like it was a long time ago.
Yeah,
I remember it blew up and everybody loved it, and it was definitely like a club song, and it was like in the same vibe of Lindsay Lohan, I'm tired of rumors starting. That song. Do you remember?
Yeah.
That, yeah. Isn't that like same era, that same vibe? So I'm excited. I think it'll be good. I love Paris Hilton.
I know. Paris could do no wrong.
Yeah. Another update is kind of going back to Baby Reindeer. Stephen King watched it and he said it's one of the best things he's ever seen. He's like, it was so stressful, and it was like in a good way. Like, you know, that like me, like I like the awkward, uncomfortable horror.
Yeah,
that's what he kind of said it was like too. He's like, I was so uncomfortable, I was so stressed out, and then he's like, it's really good because he's like, I hated Martha, I think that was her name. He's like, I hated her, but then he's like, I also felt bad for her. And then he's like, same with Richard. He's like, he was such a douchebag and I hated him in some scenes, and then he's like, in the other scenes he's like, I felt so like heartbroken that he had to, you know, go through this and go through that, and like, so he's like, it was so good, and he's like, it's probably the best thing. And then
that is true, when you can make a character like dual, like you feel bad for them, but then you're like, I wouldn't ever do that, so you'd like get caught in this.
Yeah, like, it's like emotional.
Yeah,
that's like I'm trying to think of another character where just like I hate them. I can't think.
Umbridge.
Yeah, Professor. That's a great example.
But you
like,
don't really feel sorry for her, so that's
no. But like you hate her, and that's like, you know, that's such a good, like that means they're a good actor. Like I want to punch you in the face. That's how much I hate you.
That is true,
and I think that's what makes the actor or actress good.
The guy, like that did happen to him, so like they are the same person. He's playing himself, but like the actress that played Martha like did so well, that you're like, if I saw her in the streets, I would generally be like, I'll like at first glance be like, oh shit, you know, like, oh my god, that's that crazy lady. But then I'd take a second and be like, no, she's just playing a crazy lady. Same with Umbridge. If you saw her, I mean, obviously now I'm sure she doesn't wear like that wig and baby pink Chanel outfits, so it would be a little bit different. She's a little bit older, you know, so you wouldn't be like, oh my god, like I'm gonna die. But
a lot of people are saying too that Martha, the actress, should be getting all the awards this year. They're like, this was so good.
She did really good
because like just all of it, like her acting was good, and then
she did remind me of like a scary person. Yeah, like intimidating. You didn't want to be around them.
And then you saw that TikTok where the actual person, her name isn't Martha, the actual lady, I forget her real name.
That was on my update.
She's suing, or she's trying to sue Netflix, and there was like the actual lady, because they're like, I was not she's like, I was not like this is not how I acted. But then
she's like literally acting how she acted by sending how many
37,000 emails
to Netflix, and it was like like 2,000 phone calls and like 8,000 texts or something, like, so they're like, you're proving our point. Yeah. And then, but like proof is in the pudding.
Richard also said too, he's like, if you found out who Martha really is, please leave her alone. Like, she's done her time. She's done her, you know, community service. But if she's outing herself in rehab, but that's another thing too. They're like, if she approaches you, or like, please don't just approach her or call her, because just leave her alone, you know, like.
Well, yeah, I'm sure he's scared of her too still.
Probably, yeah. But I thought that was interesting.
Was it her any hate?
And then Stephen King said, I'm really glad Misery came out first before this, because he's like, people would think I stole your idea.
Yeah.
Because he's like, it's basically the same thing.
A little bit different, but yeah.
Oh yeah, he's like, it's basically the same vibe, like the same uncomfortable horror. And he's like, I'm so glad.
True.
But I think that's a really cool brag. You know, if I was Richard, I'd be like, fucking Stephen King loves my movie and loves my TV. Which is like, he's a really big critic, and people take Stephen King's critiques really, you know, to heart. So,
well, he's like the king of horror. So
right, literally, yeah.
He like built the formula.
Yep, 100%.
On especially book horror.
Yeah.
But I mean, his movies are really good too.
Yeah.
Which are like always based off the books, but
yep.
Like Rose Red. Oh my God. So good.
So good. Yeah. I'm excited they're doing a prequel to it on, it's going to be a television series. It's Welcome to Derry. It's going to be so good. Yeah. And I'm pretty sure Skarsgård is going to come back for that, but I'm not 100%.
Yeah. He was a really good it.
Yeah. Super creepy. Speaking of being sued.
We're being sued.
We're being sued. This is actually our last episode. Dan Schneider is going to be suing Quiet on the Set for defamation.
Oh, that's literally the same thing about Baby Reindeer. And like,
it's like, I don't know. Like, if I was an abusive rapist chomo, I don't know. I would probably just try to like disappear. You know, like I wouldn't create a bigger thing. Like, yes, it's kind of defamation, but it's like
defamation. You have to prove that it was. So the defense has to prove that it's true. And so now, like, all bets are off.
Yeah.
Kind of.
I don't know. Hopefully.
Of course.
Yeah. I would, like, if I was a rapist, I'd probably be like, I'm going to just Homer Simpson into the bushes and hide.
Allegedly, he wasn't a rapist. He was just creepy on set.
He had sex with Amanda Bynes and had a baby, got her pregnant. So that's, but then that's another thing, too, is because Amanda Bynes is, like, so heavily medicated and shit, they're probably not going to take her word. They're going to be like, you're a wacko who's on drugs.
Now if they're like called to the set, they can say shit because NDAs don't.
Oh yeah, cover
like criminal offenses.
Yep,
and stuff.
Exactly. So hopefully, I mean, in my opinion, I hope that he gets 100% convicted and it backfires. But on a less dramatic note, did you see the sexy Daniel Radcliffe pictures?
Yes, I did. Only because of the TikToker that I show you. I forgot what her name is, but her like abbreviated nickname, I guess. She calls herself Key, but it's like Kiana or something like that. I don't 100% know, and I don't have it pulled up in front of me. But she is reading the Harry Potter series.
Oh yeah, this lady.
And so she reacted to that photo shoot.
Oh, baby, 10 points to Gryffindor. Matter of fact, look at that fine. Let's go on and make it 100. Hello. At this point, that is no longer my cousin Harry. That's y'all cousin, baby. And that's Mr. Potter to me. Hello. Like what I wouldn't give to be locked up in the Chambers of Secrets with this man. Hello. Wow, wow, wow. Yeah, that is definitely James Potter's son. Now I see why Voldemort was after you, player. If I knew you was gonna grow up looking like that, I probably wouldn't want no competition with you either. Just staring at his eyes, girl. I feel like he put that stupefy spell on me. And Key is A-okay with that. Hello. So, Mr. Potter, when you done learning them spells, come on over to Key Crib. Cause I got a Hogwarts school of my own where I'm trying to teach you a few things. Hello.
Funny.
She's the one who was just bawling her eyes out for like hours and hours.
She just finished the 5th book, which, if you know, you know. Well, I mean, who would... You know Harry Potter, and the 5th book and / movie, Sirius dies, and she had never seen any of it. So it was just like kind of funny because at the beginning of the book, she's like, you guys are just like, hey, you're gonna need therapy after this, like chill out. And then she cut to her bawling her eyes out because Sirius died.
Yeah, I just thought those were funny.
Yeah,
like sexy Daniel Radcliffe.
And as I was looking through hers, there's one that I have to catch up on because whenever she posts, it doesn't enter my feed right away. So I go into her, like she's the only TikToker that I like go into. I like go into her profile to catch up on her Harry Potter reactions. She's been doing that since the first one, and it's so good. She's got the best reactions.
Yeah. I just think it's so funny that she's so over the top where it's like,
hello.
she's
Yeah.
like bawling her eyes out over serious. It's like, I'd be like, oh, that's sad. Like if I was reading, I'd be like, oh, bummer. Sad. Did you cry?
Absolutely.
Did you cry when
The books do not depict how excited Harry was that he finally had family.
Oh yeah.
And so for his only, like, he was like plotting in his brain, like, oh, I get to move in with him, like I'll get to live at the house. Like he was plotting and planning. And so then when he died, it was
devastating. That was like the clip there, like when Daniel Radcliffe is screaming, like when he's in the whatever's going on down there, he's screaming.
Yeah. That was impromptu or whatever.
Hermione, what's her name? Emma Watson, and God damn it, why can't I think of their names? What's Bellatrix's real name? Helena Bonham Carter. They had to leave. They had to like exit the set because of his. They're like They're like I could feel it. They were crying because they're like I could feel the pain in his voice.
His grandma died.
Oh
yeah, so it was like from a place.
Oh, he used it.
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
But yeah, they were like, we had to exit the set because we couldn't listen to it.
Yeah.
They're like, we were just bawling and crying and we could feel it, you know?
Yeah. Same with Hermione when she's being assaulted by Bellatrix.
Oh, yeah.
She came from a place too. Well, I don't know if she ever like was in that situation, but like when they were filming that, they had to like stop and be like, are you okay?
Yeah.
Like, that was scary.
Yeah. I didn't know that either.
Yeah. They were surprised by her scream too.
Interesting.
Yes.
Sad.
Well, if you hear that scream, it's very scary.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
And I suppose they just have to keep going until that director's like...
Because it's the best. That's the best.
Yeah.
When you're scared yourself.
Right. And the directors aren't going to say cut because you might not be feeling good.
And they knew that she was acting. But when, when somebody's acting like elicits that reaction from you, like you just gotta, I feel like you gotta keep going because like that's the best.
Yeah, like that's gonna be the best scene.
Yeah,
that's that's crazy. Like,
yeah,
I don't know. I don't think I could be an actor.
Too cringy.
Yeah, I would be too embarrassed. Yeah. Like, can you scream really loud? I'd be like, ah.
Day to day, I'd be way too embarrassed.
Yeah. On a lighter note, did you see Gypsy Rose's new reveal? Back to Gypsy Rose. She got a
nose job.
She got a nose job and she got new teeth and she got her hair done.
Oh,
she looks nice. I just think it's so funny. Like,
when she went off social media, which is what I literally said from the beginning, I was like, this is like a bad idea. And then she went off social media, so good for her.
Yeah.
She needs to take her time and heal from her shit.
Right. Well, and I think it's like, I can see people thinking of it two ways of like, she's using her murder to, get money and get fame and get clout. But then also like, I think of it as like a healing process because like her mom shaved her head to just have less work. And her mom literally had her teeth removed because it was less work, so she, and then it was just like another sympathy thing, the Munchausen. So they're like, if I get 6 of Gypsy's teeth removed, I'm going to get the attention and sympathy. So it's like, that's why she did it. So I think getting her hair done and getting new teeth, and if she hates her nose, like, because it makes her think of her mom, like, do it,
Right.
If it makes you heal, do it up.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
I think that's...
teeth, too. Teeth especially is like her teeth weren't bad, but you could, when she smiled, you could see the silver.
Well, I think that, and then I think, like, the first 4 or 6 teeth were taken out. Like, I think that's what it was. I'm pretty sure, but I could be wrong. But yeah, I just think.
Yeah. So teeth is a huge thing for confidence and all that shit in general.
Yeah. Can I have a sip of your water? Thank you. With the poop straw.
With the poop straw. I know that's all I think about now. Tell me if it tastes like poop. No. I have to poop. Oh.
Anyway, but that was it. Those are all my topics.
Okay, yeah, we don't have a gay of the day today. We're gonna do Reddit stories.
Yep. Reddit stories.
Reddit stories. Okay, this isn't like an MA the asshole or anything. It's just on Ask Reddit. I thought it was fun. People of Reddit, what items have you kept from childhood until now?
Oh, I have that little tractor that is the same thing as my tattoo. I've had that.
Oh yeah,
I got that when I was like 4 or 6, like really little.
That's right.
Yeah, because I remember my grandma and grandpa had this little. It looked like a barn, but it was like a knickknack shadow box kind of thing. They had it made for me,
Yeah,
and then they put in just a couple random things, little toys, and one of them was that little wood tractor. It's like an inch big. It's really small, and what I don't even remember whatever else, but yeah, they're like put whatever you want on there, like all your little treasures and knickknacks and stuff like that. And I just thought that was a really cool present, and then it's just always stayed with me. I don't know. And then yeah, I got a tattoo of it. So
yeah.
Yep.
The only thing I can think of are like those blankets that we have
oh yeah,
that my mom got rid of, but I was like, we want those.
yeah.
And it's just this white, has like a design on it.
It's very 90s.
Looks like a Dixie cup.
yes.
Like a Dixie cup design
Excuse
on
me.
it. Very 90s.
Yeah, and it's falling apart, and I need to fix it.
But we cannot get rid of it.
Nope. Otherwise, you have your Harry Potter piggy bank.
Yeah, my Harry Potter piggy bank.
Trying to think of what else
I've had for literally ever, which has like foreign coins in it too, because my dad's uncle, like through the war, collected
Mhm.
foreign coins. And so I have a bunch of foreign coins. That's true. Thank you for reminding me.
I still have my blankie,
Oh yeah, your blankie,
Yeah.
which is just dust.
which literally
Add boiling water.
yeah. Add boiling water and it will turn back into a blanket. Yeah, but now it's like sewn into my nice new quilt that I made. So.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's right.
What else do I have?
I have like my PlayStation 2 since I was like
1,000 years ago.
Well, so not the original PlayStation 2 that I think I gave it to my sister, so I have no idea where that is now. Which the original PlayStation 2 is like this giant brick.
Mm.
But then they came out with a thin version that I bought, or my mom bought, excuse me. And so I have that thin version. I've probably had that since I was like 15. That's been 15 years.
I also have this little sand timer that was at my grandma's. It's like it's a little lucite sand timer, but it's got the phone in it. That's just like always been in my grandma's junk drawer.
Yeah,
forever. And yeah, I'd always flip it every time I'd go over there.
Yeah, I do have. I think I got rid of a lot of my my books.
Mm.
A lot of my books, like the Darren Shan series, I've had since I was like 10. Harry Potter, obviously.
Right.
I have the original books that I read that are like I remember one book was in my bag and I like dropped the bag in the water.
Oh, I hate that.
So like it's like beat up, no covers left. Just
you should rebind them.
No.
Oh,
it's a lot of work.
Oh, I don't know.
But that would be fun.
That'd be cool. Yeah. What else do I have? I'm trying to think. I guess all the stuff I have is my grandma's stuff. Like I don't really have a lot of toys or anything.
Yeah.
It's just all my grandma's stuff from her house.
I just have
my favorite memories. So
I just have like, my video games that I have. I would have more, but they were all stolen from me. So yeah,
that sucks.
I would have my Game Boy games were stolen.
Oh,
I would have a lot more Game Boy games.
I wish I still had my Game Boy. I remember my mom got me the Game Boy for one of my birthdays. I remember she got me a lot of the presents I got were adjacent to what Michaela could also use. So like one year she got me a trampoline and I was like, holy shit, mom got me a trampoline. But she's like, but you're sharing it with Michaela. And I was like, no, like it's my
siblings.
I know, but I'm just like, like a little kid.
We got the Wii, but it was for all of us.
Yeah. No, I was pissed. I was like, no, that's my trampoline for my birthday. I'm in charge of it. My friends are the only ones who can go on it. And she's like, you have to share it with Michaela. And then I remember she got me the Game Boy, and it was underneath all the other groceries. And she's like, oh, help me bring in the groceries. And she forgot. And so then I was like grabbing stuff. And I saw the very top of the Game Boy box. And I was like, dropped all the groceries. I was like, you got me a Game Boy? And she's like, shit. Like, it was a complete accident. And I just remember being like, like, it was like,
yeah,
holy grail. And then she also got me the blue Pokemon. And I just remember like
Pokemon
ditching.
Blue.
Like I was like, grabbed the Game Boy and went downstairs to go set it up. And she's like, okay, like, don't help me with groceries or anything like that. But then that was like one of the presents where it wasn't shareable. Like that one was mine. So I was like, coveted that one.
Yeah.
I wish I still had it. I don't even know where it went.
I know mine was the Blurple.
The Blurple. Oh, the
Game Boy Color.
see-through one.
No.
Oh.
It was like a Blurple Game Boy Color.
I can't think of it now.
Well, I don't know if you've ever seen it.
The only ones I've seen are like lime green and yellow and red and like the purple see-through one. I really wish I had that. I just remember being like high every time I played that. I would be like, this is so exhilarating. And then I remember my neighbor had the same thing, and he got
this.
Oh yeah. Now I remember. Yeah.
Like a blue. I mean, it was more blue, but
yeah,
it's a Blurple.
Blurple. I remember my neighbor got the same thing, but he got the like cheat book that like you could just read the cheat book and go through the whole game and like read where to go and what to do to get like all the money.
For Game Boy Blue?
Yeah.
Pokemon Blue?
Yeah.
That'd be so cool.
And I just remember being like, that kind of defeats the purpose. Like, I feel like that's the fun of it, is going places you don't know where to go.
It depends.
The only thing that I got stuck in was like the chamber where it was all black, and you had to find that one lightning Pokemon or something to...
Wait, what was that?
Pokemon Blue. You went into that dark cave, and you just would walk, and you'd run into all the bats. I just remember that I would get stuck in there, because it's like you'd walk and it'd be like Pokemon, then you'd walk and it'd be like Pokemon. So I'm like, and then
the Zubats.
Yeah, I would get turned around, and then it's like I don't know if I should be going left or right, and so then I'd have to
without flashing.
I'd have to restart the game, and then I would forget, and then go into the dark cave again and be like, fuck.
Especially early Pokemon, it was just a black screen.
Yeah.
Whereas like the newer versions of Pokemon, like you got the outline of the cave, but you didn't get anything else. So you could like walk and you'd see where you are on the map, kind of, you know?
Yeah.
Whereas the first ones were like, it was just a black screen.
Yeah.
And you'd be like walking and Pokemon pop up.
But that was like the only reason why I wanted the cheat book. I was like, I'm stuck in the cave. Can I come over and read your book so I know where to go? And yeah. Like
before Google.
And
oh my God, I forgot about before Google.
But yeah, I was like, otherwise I feel like then you could just play the game in like 4 hours or whatever and just
I agree with you. Most times when I play a game the first time, I don't use the
cheat
guidebook. But if I'm playing it again, then yes.
And you're looking for something. Like I remember there was another spot.
Yeah, if I'm looking for something, I'll look it up.
There was another spot where I got stuck in like a water cave or something.
I'm
like
not
that.
one to just trial and error in a video game.
Oh no.
If I like bump into something and it's like you need this to move forward, I'm not gonna go look for something in this whole video game world.
Oh,
I'm gonna Google that shit.
That was the fun part.
If you're missing, like, let's say you come up to a door and it's like, oh, you need this key.
Oh,
but you have no idea where the key is.
Yeah, I guess that's true.
Like, I'm not gonna sit here and retrace my 3,000 billion steps searching for this key. I'm gonna look that shit up.
Just look in the cheat book.
Yeah, or Google it now.
Okay. Now you can Google it. Yeah.
Well, and there's some games where it's just like you have to have a guide, like Stardew Valley. Like when the carpenters, you know, like when the stores are open and stuff like that. Like I'm not just gonna guess and walk the entire way there for it to be closed.
Meander.
I'm gonna look that shit up. But I actually have like a little cheat sheet.
That's one of the things I'm looking for in garage sales is old Pokemon games and Game Boys and shit. Like some like people nowadays, like they know like these are collector's items, so they're like $50, and it's like that's no fun.
It's just a trade. It's just a deck of cards with Pokemon on it.
Right, exactly. Okay. Am I the asshole for taking $20 from my husband?
Is this from our lives.
This is pointed.
Pretending.
This is pointed. No, I'm actually so confused about this situation, but I'll do what I can to explain. I, 25 female, have been married to my husband, 29 male, for almost 6 years. We have 2 kids, ages 2 and 3. My husband and I had been arguing yesterday about our parenting styles, and I was really hurt about some of the things he said. Because of this, I slept in the living room and had a few too many vodka lemonades. Before the argument, I had told him a friend wanted to go out tomorrow night for dinner, and I asked him if I could have a 20. He said yes, but because of the argument, I had not just asked for it when he got home. What? That doesn't make sense. Anyway, when I was drunk, I remembered this and grabbed the 20 out of his wallet. The next morning, he comes out and asked me if I had taken the money. I didn't remember taking it at the moment. Again, had too much vodka. And said no, but then remembered that I had and told him yes for dinner. He lost his mind on me. He told me I blatantly lied to him and stole from him. I'm honestly baffled and offended at this. It was money he was already going to give me. He's never been weird about me being in his wallet before. Obviously, I said no at first, but quickly changed my answer to yes as soon as I remembered, and he does not believe me. So am I the asshole in this situation? I truly don't know. And then there's an edit. He has not spoken to me since this happened. He refuses.
Over $20.
Over $20.
I don't know. It's just $20, dude.
Right. I can see, like, if I don't know, like if you said yes originally and then she just like took it, like that's what you and I would.
Lying about it would be weird, but
well,
she didn't lie.
She didn't lie. She just forgot, which is understandable.
Like you're correcting yourself in that situation,
Yeah, and that's like, that's what I would do. Like I'd be like, oh yeah, here's my wallet.
To apply to our situation, we've been dating for 10 years now, so it's just like hard to be. It's hard to fathom being mad about $20.
Right. If you took $200 out of my wallet, I'd be like, what was that for? You explain immediately.
I get if she was actually lying, that would be weird. But if she was just correcting herself.
Yeah. I think it's weird to stop talking over it. I'd be like, there's something different. Like there's more to this story versus just $20. And like, if you're pissed off about the parenting style conversation, let's talk it out. And then also like if you've been married for so long, you should probably already know like kind of what your parenting styles are, and the kids are 2 and 3, so it's not like a brand new situation of parenting styles. So it's like you should probably already know 3 years into having children what the other person's parenting style is, so what's changed. So that's kind of what I'm thinking it is there's something heavier with that story versus the $20, and the $20 just triggered the argument, which I think it's silly.
Yeah, it does seem like something.
Is there comments? I want to see the comments.
It does seem like something's going on. Like, it's hard to know without the situation, the full situation. Like, who's the moneymaker, and like, is there issues with money already? Or
like a power imbalance. Like, that's really true.
Is that already in place? Because then maybe that's leading into this too, but. $20, man.
I'm trying to read some of the comments.
$20 get you like nothing nowadays.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. Well, she's like $20
that's a fast food meal.
$20 for dinner. Like, where are you going? Yeah, McDonald's. Yeah, and then even then you'll probably have to.
$20 for dinner would be
nothing.
Like McDonald's.
Yeah,
at Popeyes.
Yeah, I feel like like what if you
not even a cocktail? If you went out to eat like restaurant style, that'd be like $25.
Yeah, just for your meal, and water. Then $25 just with cocktails, and then $25 if you go to a different location.
Exactly.
Yeah. What if your girlfriends want to go to a couple spots? Like, I have to call it a night. I only have 20. My husband only let me have $20.
Yeah.
And that's like
I stole it.
That's what a lot of people are saying too. They're like, why is he so controlling over $20?
Yeah.
Like, they're like, if my husband didn't have it, I would put it on the credit card. That's what a lot of people are saying. They're like,
who cares?
They're like, he's tripping out over $20.
This seems like a new relationship to me.
6 years. They've been together 6 years.
Oh, that's what you said.
They've been married 6 years.
That's weird.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, I feel like also like us too. Like, we don't think about it. Like, if you're like, hey, can I take this 20 out of your wallet? I'd be like, yeah. And then 3 months later, I'd be like, oh, yeah. And like, Thomas took $20. Like, I wouldn't dwell on it at all.
I was actually taking it to like plot my escape.
Probably. That makes sense.
I need this $20 and I stashed it in my foreign account.
Your offshore account.
Yeah.
For when you delete me. But yeah.
Well, that was fun.
It was
It was fun recording in a fun spot.
Yeah, new location.
Yeah, new location. Oh yeah, I have to pan to show my side, and then Zachary's side before we end. I wanted to do that.
Yeah, little dining room tour.
A little bit, yeah. Everything's on the table. That's why you don't see our table, because it's a mess. But anyways, thanks so much.
Yeah, thanks for joining.
watching. If you're watching and if you're listening, thank you for listening. And
do all the things, like and subscribe.
you know
and
it.
Tell your friends.
And
leave a comment.
catch us next Monday.
Bye.
Bye. See ya. Thanks for listening to Flamingly Unfiltered.
Now available on YouTube, Spotify, and Apple.
Follow us on Instagram and TikTok to keep up with the podcast.
Start the week off strong every Monday with Zach and Thomas.